This is the type of offense Golden State wants to play, and they needed another person in that offense to initiate it, but also have attention and have purpose. Right here, this down screen.
Caught him sleeping.
Paulo sleeping on the screen. Steph comes off. Perfect delivery. Easy. So you're seeing a Steph Curry that is walking into threes, are able to catch and shoot, which is what he's known for.
Yes.
He knocked down 12 threes in the last game. And I just feel like it is an easier version of what we're used to seeing with Steph. And that's what's dangerous about the Golden State Warriors.
Jimmy Butler, since he got to this team, they lead the NBA in points off turnovers. Talk about getting easy baskets. We're winning the championship. And there was a level of confidence that I think he was feeling, which whether it was overstated or not, you're seeing it 7-1. This is what you need from an addition to come in and change everything.
He's what Clay was without shooting a three. Let's talk about points, 20-something, right? And he's a guy that can, if you need him to take over a game, he can take over a game by penetrating and kicking, or just by scoring. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's playing with some guys that know what it takes. They have the blueprint on how to win a championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden State Warriors are no longer a fading echo of their championship past. They're a blazing inferno, torching the Western Conference with a 5-game win streak that has left the NBA in stunned silence. Just 2 games away from the coveted 5th seed, the Warriors aren't climbing the standings. They're stalking their prey with a hunger that's palpable. The league laughed. The critics buried them, declaring the dynasty dead. But the Dubs have clawed their way out of the grave, and they're rewriting their story in fire and fury. This isn't a comeback. It's a revolution that's shaking the very foundation of basketball. From the ageless magic of Steph Curry to the fearless rise of a new generation, the Warriors are no longer just Steph's team. They're a juggernaut, fueled by youth, experience, and a burning desire to prove the doubters wrong. Weeks ago, analysts called them washed. Today, they're the NBA's most electrifying story. How did this happen? How did a team left for dead become a predator in the playoff hunt? Let's dive into the heart of this seismic transformation and uncover what's driving this stunning resurgence. This revolution didn't spark by chance. It begins with the fearless rise of youth. Let's meet the young guns who are turning the Warriors into a nightmare for every team in their path. If you thought the Warriors were coasting on their veterans' fading glory, think again. Jonathan Kuminga, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and Brandon Podziemski aren't just role players, they're the beating heart of this resurgence. Over this 5-game win streak, this trio is averaging a staggering 41. 2 points, 18, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. Those aren't just numbers, they're a declaration of war. These kids aren't just playing well, they're rewriting the Warriors' future with every dunk, pass, and hustle play. Jonathan Kuminga, at just 21, has shed the prospect label. He's a force of nature, scoring in double figures for 9 straight games. One play against the Blazers sums it up. JK storms the paint, collapses 3 defenders, and fires a cross-court laser to Klay Thompson for a splash 3. That's not just athleticism, that's vision, that's leadership. Steve Kerr himself said, he's seeing the extra pass now. He wasn't doing that before. But here's the burning question. Why did it take the Warriors front office so long to unleash Kuminga? Fans have been screaming for his minutes for years, and the delay feels like a betrayal of his potential. Joe Lacob owes Dub Nation an explanation. Trayce Jackson-Davis, the 57th pick in last year's draft, is making every GM who passed on him regret their decision. TJD is a rim-rocking, board-crashing machine, transforming Golden State's front court with elite rebounding and rim protection. His lob threat is so deadly that defenses are forced to collapse, leaving lanes wide open for guards like Podziemski. And speaking of Brandon Podziemski, at just 20 years old, this rookie plays with the poise of a 10-year veteran. His no-look lobs to TJD, his slick Eurostep drives, his impossible passes. It's like watching a maestro conduct a symphony. These 3 aren't just the future. They're the now. And they're building a foundation that could dominate for a decade. The young guns are stealing the spotlight, but the heart of this team still beats with 2 of the greatest shooters ever. Let's talk about the Splash Brothers and their fiery response to the haters. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, are the soul of this Warriors resurgence. Just weeks ago, the media was ready to dance on their graves. Steph's washed, they screamed. Clay's a liability, they jeered. But the greatest shooting duo in NBA history has answered with a scorching 46.5% three-point barrage, combining for 47 faux 101 reals from deep over the last 5 games. That's not a hot streak, that's a historic middle finger to every doubter who dared write them off. Steph Curry, at 37, remains a supernatural force, averaging 24, 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 0 assists on 44. 8% from the field and 43% from 3. He's not just an all-NBA second-team star. He's a living legend. Against Portland, he was untouchable. Grabbing a rebound, sprinting up the floor, dishing behind his back, relocating, and burying a 35-footer in 6 seconds flat. Only Steph could make the impossible look routine. His offensive rating, a blistering 802.4, with him on the floor. Without him, a dismal 104. The Warriors don't just play better with Steph, they're a different species. Yet, the audacity of the media to call him washed is a disgrace. This man is in his second prime, and he's hungry for more rings. Klay Thompson, once criticized for wild shots and sluggish defense, has transformed. Steve Kerr said it best. He's changed our team with his shot selection. We feel more stable, more calm. Against the Blazers, Klay passed up a contested 3, swung the ball to Chris Paul, and later drained a clean mid-range jumper. That's not just growth, that's a veteran rewriting his legacy. When Klay's locked in, defenses panic, drawing double teams and leaving lanes open for TJD and Kuminga to feast. The Splash Brothers aren't just back, they're reminding the NBA why they're untouchable. But let's be honest, the Warriors' reliance on their veterans raises questions. Can they sustain this without burning out? The answer lies in Kerr's genius. The Splash Brothers are the heartbeat. But Steve Kerr's strategy is the brain. Let's dive into how his lineup changes are turning the Warriors into a playoff juggernaut. Steve Kerr has faced his share of doubters. He's holding back the youth. He's lost his touch. But let's set the record straight. Kerr is a chess grandmaster, and his latest lineup tweaks are a checkmate. By staggering minutes and giving Kuminga, TJD, and Podziemski more autonomy, he's unleashed a bench unit that's out-hustling, outscoring, and outplaying every opponent. The numbers are undeniable. The Warriors' second unit is averaging 48. 7 points per game over this win streak, tops in the NBA. Kerr isn't just coaching, he's sculpting a masterpiece. But here's the controversial truth. Kerr's been too slow to trust his young stars. Fans have been begging for Kuminga and TJD to get more minutes for years. And only now is he fully embracing them. Is this a stroke of brilliance or a belated wake-up call? The Warriors' front office shares the blame. Their hesitation to build around youth earlier feels like a missed opportunity. Still, Kerr's adjustments are working. The Warriors are peaking at the perfect time, just 2 games behind the 5th seed. And with Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton II, and Draymond Green still ramping up, the cavalry is coming. The question isn't if the Warriors can make the playoffs, it's whether the rest of the West can survive them. Kerr's vision is reshaping the present, but what about the future? Let's explore why this Warriors team is built to dominate for years to come. The Golden State Warriors aren't just back, they're evolving into something even greater. This isn't Steph Curry's team alone anymore. It's a complete force, blending the brilliance of the Splash Brothers with the relentless hunger of a new generation. With Steph locked in through 2026-27 on a $62, $6 million player option, and his father, Del Curry, saying he's chasing more rings, the 2-time MVP is far from finished. But the future belongs to Kuminga, TJD, and Podziemski. Their chemistry, their hustle, their fearlessness. It's the foundation of a new dynasty. The Warriors are no longer a team clinging to past glory. They're a predator, stalking the Western Conference with a 5-game win streak and a hunger for more. The NBA doubted them. The critics wrote them off. But the Warriors are here to stay, and they're coming for everything. The playoff picture is tightening, and Golden State is peaking at the right moment. This isn't the end of a dynasty, it's the birth of a new one. Dub Nation, wake up. Your team is back, and the rest of the league better start running. The Warriors are must-watch basketball again. Drop a like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, are the Warriors championship contenders? Let's keep this fire alive